always available doesn't make you helpful. It makes you a bottleneck. If you're a clinic owner who feels guilty saying no, struggles to disconnect, or find yourself managing crises that could have waited until morning, right? This video will show you why boundaries aren't selfish. They are essential. Last week, a clinic owner called me in tears. She just missed her son's soccer game because a parent texted her at 6 p.m. with a quick question that turned into a 2-hour crisis call. Asia, she said, I feel like I'm failing everyone. My family, my team, my clients. I'm always available, but I'm never really present. This conversation happens more often than you'd like to think. Clinic owners who answer texts at midnight, take calls during family dinner, and check emails on vacation, all because they think always being available makes them better leaders. But here's what's actually happening. By being available 24/7, they're teaching everyone in their practice that every problem is an emergency. Parent has a question about homework? Emergency. BCB needs clarification on a program? Emergency. Insurance company wants documentation? Emergency. Team members running late? You guessed it, emergency. But here's the thing about emergencies. When everything is urgent, nothing is urgent. When everything is a crisis, you're always in crisis mode. And crisis mode isn't leadership. It's just chaos management. Let me show you what always available actually creates. For parents, instead of developing problem-solving skills, they develop dependency. Instead of learning to handle difficult moments, they learn to call you. Instead of building confidence in their parenting, they build reliance on your availability. For your team, instead of developing independence, they develop escalation habits. And instead of making decisions, they make phone calls, right to you. Instead of growing as professionals, they grow as followers. And for your family, instead of having a present parent or partner, they have a distracted one. Instead of protected family time, they have interrupted family time. Instead of work-life integration, they have work-life invasion. And for you, instead of leading strategically, you're managing reactively. Instead of building systems, you're putting out fires. Instead of growing a sustainable business, you're creating a dependency machine. But here's what I've learned from the clinic owners who solve this problem. Boundaries aren't walls that keep people out. They're foundations that keep your practice strong. The most successful clinic owners we work with use what I call the 3-boundary system: time boundaries, communication boundaries, and emergency boundaries. Here's boundary number 1, time boundaries. This is when you're available and when you're not. Here's what successful clinic owners implement. Business hours, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Response time. All non-emergency communications get a response within 24 business hours. Protected time, evenings, weekends, and vacations are family time. But here's the key. They don't just set these boundaries, they communicate them early to everyone. In their parent handbook, they say, respond to all non-emergency messages within 24 business hours. In their staff manual, work communication happens during business hours unless it's a true emergency. On their email signature, I check email during business hours and respond within 24 hours. Boundary number 2, communication boundaries. This is how people can reach you and for what reasons. The most organized clinics create 3 communication channels. Routine question, email, 24-hour response. Urgent concerns, office phone during business hours, same day response. True emergencies, emergency line with specific criteria. And they define what qualifies for each channel. Email, scheduling, general questions, non-urgent updates. Office phone, behavioral concerns, session issues, team coordination. Emergency line, safety concerns, medical emergencies, crisis situations. Boundary 3, emergency boundaries. This is the most important one, defining what actually constitutes an emergency. Here's what I've learned. Most emergencies aren't emergencies. They're just problems that feel urgent because we haven't taught people how to handle them. The clearest clinic owners create specific emergency criteria. True emergency, immediate safety risk, medical crisis, or legal issue. urgent concern, significant behavioral escalation, family crisis, or staff emergency. Important issue. Everything else that feels urgent but can wait until business hours. Here's what happens when clinic owners implement this system. Week 1, they get pushback. But what if something happens? Right? Week 2, people start using the right channels for the right reasons. Week 3, their stress levels drop dramatically. Month 1, the team starts solving problems independently. Month 3, parents handle difficult moments with confidence. In month 6, the practice runs better than ever, and they're present for their families. But here's the most surprising result. Everyone is happier, right? Including the people they thought would be upset about the boundaries. Now, I know what you're thinking, but my family's need me. My team depends on me. What if something really important happens? These are the same fears I promise you every clinic owner has. And they're exactly why boundaries are so important. Here's how the most successful clinic owners implement this. Step 1, start with yourself. You can't set boundaries for others until you set them for yourself. Decide when you will and won't be available. Put it in writing. Share it with your family first. Step 2, communicate clearly. Don't just disappear and hope people figure it out. Right? Send an email to all families and staff explaining the new communication system. Include the why. To serve you better and to be more present for our families. Give them the specific channels and response times. And step 3, this is so important, be consistent. Right? This is where most people fail. They set boundaries, then break them just this once. But just this once becomes just this time, becomes just like always. If you say you don't check email after 6 p.m., don't check email after 6 p.m. If you say non-emergencies get 24-hour responses, stick to 24 hours. If you say weekends are family time, protect weekends. Right? And step 4, train your people. Remember, you may have trained them to expect 24/7 availability. Now, you need to train them to respect boundaries. When someone texts you at 10 p.m., don't respond until business hours. When someone calls with a non-emergency, redirect them to email. When someone says, I know you're not available, but hold the boundary. The first month is the hardest. But if you stay consistent, boundaries become the new normal. When clinic owners implement proper boundaries, several things happen. Their stress decreases dramatically because they're not constantly waiting for the next crisis. The family gets them back because they're present during family time. Their team becomes more independent because they learn to solve problems instead of escalating to them. And the parents become more confident because they develop their own coping strategies. Here's the most important change. The practice becomes sustainable because a business that depends on your 24/7 availability isn't a business, right? It's a job you can never leave. And you didn't start your practice to create a job you can never leave. You started it to create freedom, impact, and ideally financial security, right? Boundaries don't limit your impact. They protect your ability to have impact long term. So here's what this all comes down to, right? Boundaries aren't walls to keep people out. They're foundations to keep your practice strong. When you're always available, you're never fully present. When you're never fully present, you can't give your best to anyone. But when you protect your time, energy, and attention with clear boundaries, you show up better for everyone who matters. The most successful clinic owners I know aren't the ones who are always available. They're the ones who are strategically available. If you found this helpful, and it's starting to change, right? How you think about availability and boundaries. This is exactly the kind of leadership work we dive deep into in the CEO Mastermind. It's for ABA, business owners, clinic owners who are ready to stop being on call 24/7, to start building practices that run without constant crisis management. We don't just talk about boundaries. We help you implement them with your actual team and families, step by step. So click the link in the description to join the waitlist for the Mastermind. If doors are open, you can apply directly. And if this framework resonated with you, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, right? Or maybe it's down there, right? And leave a comment with what resonated with you. Because that's what separates sustainable practices from burnout factories. See you later.